good morning, friends. I am getting set up here in all the places. We seem to be having some kind of kerfluffle over there on YouTube, which is a big bummer. But we are live on Kick, and we are live here on TikTok. Sorry. Full of mom jokes this morning. If you would do me a favor, folks, and share the live. TikTok seems to lag, very nefarious material like mindfulness. Oh, no. Picking up E. Okay. Good morning, Nikki. How are you? Dino. Embarrassed by what? Don't do that. Never. Be unabashedly you. Let me put some nice jams on here. Hold on. Are you doing meditation this morning? Hey, Corey, good morning. Darn YouTube, come on. Okay. I am trying to get all the channels going. Hi, Evelyn, good morning. Welcome, welcome. Okay, we've got Kick and YouTube, or Kick and TikTok streaming. Hopefully YouTube will catch up here shortly. If not, I always repost the replays on YouTube as well. Half asleep, you hit the door in boxer shorts. That's okay. I had the county animal control come by my house the other morning. Not for my dog, luckily. Thanks, Corey. But I was in my avocado onesie. It was Saturday for Bhakti Bites, right? So I was all kinds of... Hi! What are you doing? Oh yeah, there's a dog. Take me very seriously in the avocado costume. Spiritual awakening. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue. Right? It is the repeated brazenness, right? To be so brazen as to approach life every day as if it were a new opportunity. How radical. Hey, Julian, good morning. For those of you who are new here, hello, my name is Reverend Deborah. I am a movement facilitator, movement in breath, body, and being. I am your shenanigan shaman, and these are our Bhakti Bites classes. Bhakti means devotion. So devotion to what? Devotion to self-care. Because for most of us, self-care is the first thing to drop off our list. And the last thing that we do at the end of the day, we're like, oh, well, I guess sleep counts as self-care, right? Yeah, technically it does. But we forget that self-care is something not that we need to block out some large amount of time for every day. But instead, much like, and I love this analogy, much like we don't chug all of our water for the day in one sitting, we take sips of mindfulness throughout the day. We take sips of mindfulness as we continue through our day. That way, when we approach moments of success or moments of failure or moments of struggle and frustration and confusion, we have the presence and awareness to navigate those moments more gracefully, And that's what self-care really looks like, is the little moments, moment by moment, minute by minute, real-time event by real-time event. Hey guys, I am in Oregon. Thank you for asking. Yeah, that's it's, you know, there's a TED Talk from Brene Brown where she talks about trust. They studied how trust was built. And I find it really telling how parallel this is. Trust is built in the tiniest of moments, not in the huge events that somebody shows up for you or that they keep your secret kind of deal. No, it's in the tiniest of moments that we show up for each other. And I thought, that is it. If we want to build trust with ourselves, it is in the tiniest of moments where we choose to be present and we choose to assist ourselves through something that's difficult, rather than barreling through it with our triggers and all that shit going on and then looking back and go, damn it, I did it again. Damn it, I didn't hold the boundary. Damn it, I didn't say what I wanted to say. Damn it, I let them just do, you know, damn it. How often do we find ourselves there, right? Hindsight is 2020. But when we use mindfulness to cultivate presence, we cultivate awareness in the moment, then we are able to be more present when those things happen. And we are able to pause in the middle of it, right? You feel the trigger happening. Oh, wow, wait, now I have a choice. If I feel it coming up, I can make a choice on what to do about it. All right, my friend. Jarrett. Huh? Yeah. Yep. Your rehab and your psychologist randomly asked if you would drink 12 Mountain Dews in one day, of course, right? And the next question was, why do you think 12 beers is okay then? It stuck with you. Yeah. So, these are our Bhakti Bites classes. Again, self-care classes, little bite-sized sessions of self-care. So what do we do in these classes? We practice a mindfulness tool, and we use that tool in brief meditation. These classes run anywhere from like 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how into the meditation I end up. The mudra for this week. The mudra for this week is called, now give me a moment because it's Sanskrit, so hold on. The exact pronunciation here is what gets me. Avahana. Avahana. Avahana Mudra. Avahana Mudra. The Avahana Mudra is done by bringing your sides of your hands together, palms up or palms facing you, whichever way is easiest to do this. Bring your the sides of your hands together. And then you bring your thumb to the base of your middle finger. I've got lighting issues. Hold on, guys. Maybe a wee bit better? Not really. All right. Bring your thumb to the base of your ring finger here, keeping the sides of your hands together, and then spread your fingers out as much as you can. This does take some dexterity, surprisingly, but you want to get your fingers spread out. I can feel kind of tension there. So as with any mudra, do your best to get as close as you can to the mudra. Mudras work by redirecting the energy channels in our body. So the closest you can get, the better. And then the mudra just rests. You can just rest it in your lap. You're okay, Jarrett. You can just rest it in your lap. I find it really does need something to rest on. But that's only because that's my personal dexterity. I can't quite do this. There we go. So honor where you are in the moment. Find what works for you. If you want to just hold it up here or hold it down a little bit like that, you can do that as well. Or you can rest it in your lap if it's available to you. So the Avahana Mudra translates to invitation. This is the mudra for connection. And I wanted to use this mudra this week because we have the 222 portal, which highlights our connections, our relations to self, to other, to things, to jobs, to situations, right? Or situationships. And not only does this work for general connection, but the core of what this mudra does is connects us with our divine truth, our divinity, the common thread that runs through all of us, right? So this mudra strengthens that connection to the unity, that force that unites all of us, right? It also works for balancing the digestion, and it also assists in nutrient assimilation. Sorry, I had to see the words in my head. It assists in nutrient assimilation, digestion, and connection to the divine and to our inner truth, as well as that truth that runs through all of us, that divine truth, that divine oneness, the divine unity that runs through us all. So I was finding myself using this mudra last night, actually, because, thank you for the follow. I was using this mudra last night because my son and I are having a bit of a rough patch. And we really are butting heads. We're really coming up against each other repeatedly. And I am always looking for a way around this. When I meet somebody like this, I feel like it's my responsibility to see if I can come at it like this instead, or like maybe like this. I don't know. How can we readjust? How can I adjust myself so that I can better receive what he's saying and what he's feeling, so that I can then also better deliver what I have to say and what I need and that kind of stuff. So sometimes when we are trying to figure out how to realign ourselves, reconnect ourselves to each other, it can help to strengthen that connection to our divinity. So I held this mudra while I was talking to him, and I found that it was able to keep me grounded and aligned in a way that, instead of being triggered by the things he was saying, I tend to be triggered sometimes when he gets the high-pitched, like, as a parent, for those of you who are parents, you might know this, like, that your children do sometimes. And for me, that's really triggering. He is 7 years old. He is 7 years old. Well beyond 7, going on 17. But it triggers my brain in such a way, and my body in such a way, that, like, I'm not intentionally trying to be defensive. I'm not trying to be combative with him or even shut down his emotions, but I'm very triggered by them. And I feel like this is not a topic a lot of people are maybe they are talking about it and I'm just not hearing it. But when you are going through your own healing, when you are doing your own healing, your own inner work, come on. And then you're doing the own work of reparenting yourself, right? Doing the work of reparenting yourself, and then having to actually parent a person, another person. Hey, lay down, please. Lay down. I know you just got excited. You just came in from the side. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. So I found this mudra really helpful. It kept me from being triggered. It kept my body out of tension mode, which is what usually happens when I'm triggered. That high pitch, I physically want to defend myself against it somehow. So as soon as I get Dog to settle down here for a moment, we will grab our mudra and we will sit in a meditation. Dog, you're going to have to go back outside. Lay down. Do you want to go back outside? Okay, get down. Come on. Okay, then lay down. Lay down. No. No. What a dog. What a dog. It's not your turn. It's Kate, you used to be triggered too. Sorry, guys. He's all hyphy this morning. Hey, lay down. Go lay down. All right. You guys ready for some meditation? I think Dog's ready for some meditation. So again, this is the Avahana Mudra, or I've also heard it called the Avahana See, I missed it as soon as I added that extra. Avahana Mudra, or the Avahana Mudra. Either way, it's the same mudra. And again, is done by placing the sides of your hands together and bringing your thumb to the base of your ring finger. So this is the mudra for connection, and the translation means invitation. And I really like the energy of this mudra for this week with our portal coming up. We got a full moon all the way on Saturday. And some Venus aspects this week that are going to be bringing us into alignment with the higher states of being, and our relationships are going to have to adjust. Relationships with others, relationship with self, relationship with work, right? So let's use this mudra today to connect to our higher truths, to our inner wisdom that lead us to those higher truths, and to connect to the common threads that run through all of creation. So you can leave this mudra sitting here in front of your heart, in front of your heart, in front of your solar plexus, or you can rest it all the way down in your lap or on your dog if you have one available. So we're just going to begin with a simple meditation this week. We will get a little bit deeper as we move through the week. So I invite you to grab your mudra if it's available to you and close your eyes if it's safe to do so. You can do this practice sitting, laying down, walking, whatever works for you. Try not to do it driving. You could probably do a mudra while driving as long as you're safely, maybe you still hold the wheel. I don't know. This might not be the best driving mudra. I don't want to recommend such things. Once you are settled in, go ahead and begin with 3 deep breaths to fully arrive for our practice. Begin by inhaling through the nose, pulling the breath through the lungs and all the way into the belly. And sigh it out. Inhale again, lifting the heart and elongating the spine. And let it go. Inhale once more, expanding the rib cage in all directions, front, sides, and back. Hold at the top. And let it go. Go ahead and seal the lips and take a few moments to follow the breath, inhaling all the way to the top, exhaling all the way to the bottom. Allowing your awareness to rest gently on the breath as it slowly elongates with each inhale and exhale. Remember, the most important parts of meditation are your intention and your attention. Inhale your intention to follow the breath. And exhale to release any tension in the body. Inhaling your intention. Exhaling tension. Continue to breathe, allowing the breath to anchor you into the present moment. If you find your mind monkeys are busy this morning, chattering away, trying to remind you of all the things that need to be done, didn't get done, and whatnot, I invite you to simply bring your awareness back to your intention, to your breath, each time you find yourself pulled away. This is a gentle practice, a compassionate practice. We are not judging, shaming, blaming, or guilting ourselves for our mind monkeys being chattery, or for the ache in our knees, or any of the above. We are simply present with our experience, present with the practice. And like a loving elder, we take the hand of our attention and we bring it back to our intention as many times as we need to, without judgment, without shame, without guilt, just with loving compassion. Inhaling all the way to the top, exhaling all the way to the bottom. Make sure you still have your fingers spread out with your mudra, that you still have a gentle connection where the thumb meets the base of the ring finger. Remember, no more than the weight of a nickel. We're not trying to put pressure on here, just no more than the weight of a nickel. Gentle connection. You may have already shifted, but I invite you now, if you have not, to shift your awareness to your mudra. You can choose any point on the mudra or the whole mudra, and just rest your awareness gently on the mudra. Inhaling the intention to experience this mudra. And again, exhaling any tension in the mind, in the body, in the heart. Just spend a few moments bearing witness, tapping into the energy as it flows through your hands, your arms, and the rest of your body. If you notice any strong sensations, feel free to take mental note of them, but just pin them on the wall. No need to pay attention to them. No need to tell a story or decipher what it means, right? We can just notice that it occurred and return to the present moment, the present practice. If resting your awareness on your mudra is a little too slippery, then I invite you to bring your attention back to your breath. You can always return to your breath to anchor you into the present moment, to quiet the mind. I encourage you to stay with this mudra, simply being present with it as long as it is available to you. It's recommended that we sit for at least 5 minutes with the mudras. But without any contradictions, you can sit with this one as long as you would like. Nothing more is necessary than setting our intention to allow this mudra to do its work and bringing our attention back again and again to that practice. When you feel complete, I invite you to bring your hands together into prayer or simply lay one over the other over your heart in gratitude for today's practice. In gratitude for the opportunity to connect to our divinity, to strengthen our connection to that common thread that runs through all of creation. Offer yourself a little gratitude as well for taking the time for self-care today. I'm so proud of you, especially those of you who don't normally wake up this early. Thank you so much for joining me. When you are ready to come out of meditation, please do so slowly. Offer yourself some wiggles and some stretches. That one was really funky on my hands, so I'm going to offer some wrist rolls and opening your eyes only when you're really ready to come back to the world. Thank you guys for the follows. Tingly. Right? I find that one really activates my fingers, like, and you know, part of it is that intention, your intention of holding those fingers open. Which element is that? The thumb is fire, the pinky is water, the pointer is air, I think this is the earth finger. Anybody else remember? Hey, kind to you. Some days you gotta kado up. Today was not a kado up day. I did briefly dive into my pile, because they're just a pile right now of all my onesies, with the intention of putting one on, and then I realized I had like 3 minutes before I went live, and so I was like, no onesie today, damn it. Man. Having connectivity issues, huh? There's a number of them. Star Muse, you got the reindeer puppet finally? You mean yet last week's mudra? Not all the mudras are accessible all the time. And part of that, you know, is being present with where you're at. Part of that brings in for us the practice of honoring where we are in the moment. I have pretty good dexterity, but again, you know, some of these are not the easiest to hold for an extended period of time. But a lot like yoga asanas, right? These mudras take practice. Practice makes progress. And the longer we sit with them, the more familiar they become, and the easier it is for us to grab them when we need them. Friends, you need to set an alarm. Yes, I am putting out a new schedule. I know it's overdue. I have just been trying to make sure that I put some of my workshops in there, and I needed to shift some scheduling things. So I was trying to solve those issues before I posted the new schedule. But I am finishing it up today, and it should be posted today. And I hear some voice in my head goes, don't hold me to that. But no, we're really going to try to get it done today because it's well overdue. We're already moving into late February. I'm a month overdue. So that schedule will be there, so that you can at least you can either download it or set alarms or put it in your calendar or whatnot. But we go live 10 a.m. Pacific time, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Note that the practices are not the same all week long. We start on Monday with a really simple meditation. We don't go too deep. We just really just kind of sit with the mudra. We practice the mudra, we sit with the mudra, and we sit in stillness. On Wednesday, we usually add something, deepen the practice a bit. And then on Saturday is the full-blown practice. I like to expand upon the meditation. This week, I will be adding a mantra to the mudra, to the meditation as well. But it's actually a really useful piece of the practice, so I might even offer that on Wednesday. I have considered too making videos teaching or about each of these mudras. Would that be helpful to you guys? Can I ask you a question? Would it be helpful if I posted the mudra for the week? So even if you missed this session, you could still get the mudra itself. Replays are always available on YouTube. So if you ever miss the sessions, you can always go to YouTube and find the replays there. I try to post them as quick as possible. And when I go live, they typically post, right away on there, but I'm having technical issues today on both YouTube and Kick, unfortunately. So I'll have to upload the replay. But I was doing that last year. I was making an actual instruction video along with each mudra this week. Yes, of course, for entertainment purposes only, because mindfulness is very nefarious, redirecting the energy channels in your body, i.e. learning to heal your body, learning to balance, center, and clear your energy field, which bleeds into your physical field and your mental and emotional field. That's all very nefarious. No. Really, you should be going to a random licensed individual who has just now met you, and you spend 15 minutes talking with them so they can prescribe you a chemical remedy that is actually just a copy derivative of natural medicines. I was trying to avoid all the trigger words, but let's go talk to strangers about what's going on rather than actually using our own inner wisdom to balance our bodies and minds and hearts, right? Maybe that's why TikTok is lagging all my stuff, is because I'm not sitting there saying, for entertainment purposes only, here's herbal medicine. For entertainment purposes only, here's how you redirect the energy channels in your body. It's not just an isolated incident with the web today. Good grief. I feel like, and not to start anyway, hi. I was thinking about you this morning, Todd. I was actually thinking how Okay, Pirate Brain says cheeky. How cheeky, but I don't think it was intentional. But every morning now when I have coffee, I don't have it every morning, but every morning when I do have coffee, I think about you because I've got this delicious coffee. It's my favorite kind of instant coffee. And you sent me some. And it made and I thought about it this morning and I was like, that's good. That's good. There you are on my mind as I make my coffee. So thank you. But I send you love every single time I do. So I hope you're catching that. Yes, Minnesota Mom, big solar flares a few days ago. Please be mindful for everyone who is on this path. Let's just say on this path of coming home to ourselves, of enlightenment, of, back to our spirituality, or just really trying to heal yourself, whatever it looks like for you. If you are on this journey of self-discovery, of internal excavation, you're going to be experiencing symptoms of ascension. Because as we heal ourselves, as we align ourselves, we are ascending. We are aligning our frequency, our resonance to the higher frequencies of creation. Thank you, Todd. So sometimes these things manifest as feeling sick, as having a sore throat, as getting a headache, as a kink in the neck, as an ache in the back, as, stiffness in your knees, in your joints, that kind of stuff. What kind? Okay, hold on. I'll grab it for you guys. It's called Mount Hagen. I travel a lot and I'm kind of a snob about the things I drink. So I really enjoy this particular brand, and I had mentioned it. And so I received a lovely gift from my lovely friend. Thank you. I also add, I have powdered, mushroom blends, adaptogen blends, all that kind of stuff. And whenever I make coffee, I never have just coffee. I always add beetroot powder, reishi powder, mushroom, I use the coffee as a delivery system. So, as an herbalist, when you create herbal medicine, I was always taught the threefold rule. You use 3 parts. One part is the active agent, right? It's the thing that's going to do the thing that you need it to do. The second one is the direction. Where do I need it to go so that it can do this action? And the third one is the delivery system, right? Or is the one that gets it there. So in this case, coffee is a diuretic, so it helps to flush the system, but it also opens up the capillaries. It thins the blood a bit, so that actually allows the delivery of these things to happen a little quicker. And then the mushroom, allowing it to clear out toxins, detoxify, what's the technical term for that? Doing the good properties, and then it flushes the system. So make sure you also drink a lot of water with it. Todd, lots of solar flares. That's right. So we were talking about ascension symptoms. One of the most important things, guys, I have been practicing energy work since I was a kid, at the age of 7. Before that, my mother was already giving me, I got kisses on my boo-boos and then my own hands on my own, boo-boos, because as she taught me how to heal my body, how to offer myself compassion and mudras are something that we understand the energy channels in the body. We've understood them for a long time. Eastern medicine has understood them for quite a long time. Okay. That's what acupuncture is based on, these energy meridians in the body. You can go look up charts of them and things like that. When we do something so simple like acupressure, we know that acupressure works to relieve nausea when you press this button right here, right? In case you didn't know, there is a nausea button right here in your wrist. If you're feeling nauseous and you press into this space in your wrist, I think it's right in this general area. I don't remember exactly. I think it's on the center here. It might be off to one side or the other. No, it's off to this side right here. It's this little crook right here for nausea. So similar with mudras, right? We are affecting the energy channels. And without even doing anything else, but putting my hands in this position, I'm allowing my body, I'm activating my body's self-healing properties for educational purposes only. How nefarious. How radicalized. Self-healing? What? It's extremely effective. We get confused sometimes and we think of ourselves as human doings. And we think we have to do all of this stuff. And somebody else has to do the things for us so that we can receive the healing. We are human beings. Being present with where we are in the moment and being present with the tools that allow us to align ourselves in the moment. That's the magic. Did you miss the mudra? It is the Avahana Mudra. Avahana Mudra. I'm going to say it like 6 million times every single time because I'm trying to get the exact pronunciation. Avahana Mudra. I love languages. Sanskrit is really beautiful because it's the resonance of the universe. So this mudra is done by placing the sides of your hands together, and then palms facing out and fingers spread, and then bring your thumb into the base of your ring finger. This is the Avahana Mudra. And the meditation today is just to be present with this mudra. We just did our typical 3 deep breaths to fully arrive, and then following the breath, inhaling all the way to the top, exhaling all the way to the bottom. And then we shifted our awareness just to be present with this mudra. And you can hold your awareness on your hands themselves, on the mudra itself. If you're wanting to experience the effects of the mudra, like as it's happening, when you sit like this, like already I'm feeling the tingling happening again. Not numbness tingling, but a different kind, an active tingling that happens in the hands. And then as we sit with it, feel free to do body scans. You know, one of my favorite things to do is to sit in a mudra, minimum 5 minutes. Yes, replays are on YouTube. Minimum 5 minutes. It allows for your body to, shifts to occur enough for you to actually start to receive the realignment that comes with the mudra. But when you sit in that meditation, spend those 5 minutes, that's all you have to do, or 10, just paying attention to what shifts, where you feel it. This mudra is the mudra for connection. It is, the translation actually is invitation. It is grounding, it is centering, and most importantly, it connects us to divinity. It strengthens our connection to divinity, to divine truth, to higher truth. It strengthens our connection to the common threads that run through all of us. So that channel of divinity that comes through us, that runs through everything, that prana, that divine life force that runs through everything, this mudra connects us to that. And more so, this mudra invites an increased connection to that, a strengthened connection to that. And it also works through to assist with the digestive system. And it also helps the body assimilate nutrients. Here's something that I have noticed in my years of studying mudras. Mudras that connect us deeper to our divine oftentimes also work on nutrient assimilation. I find this really interesting, a really interesting parallel there, that connecting to the divine also assists the body in nutrient assimilation. It's things like that pique my interest, and I end up doing like side study projects, which it's been, this one just came up for this one too. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to dig into this and find out what that is, right? And maybe it's just as simple as, of course, when we align our energy body, i.e. our chakras and our energy system, to divine resonance, then it comes into alignment and allows those channels of exchange between spirit and earth, between body and nutrients, to open up and become more clear. Gut health is very important. Yes, it is. And it's even been said, right, that our gut is like the second brain. Actually, I guess it would be the third brain, right? So you got a first brain here, a second brain there, a third brain there. Such a ham. Oh yeah, and then the other brain. That's right. Sorry, Todd. Fourth brain. I guess they don't have to technically go in that order. I know some people who work from other brains, right? This is my healer. This is my healer, my protector, my chaotic peacemaker. Hush, puppy. So, we did our Astrology Weekly Peekly last night. Hi, Joy. We did our Astrology Weekly Peekly last night, which, by the way, is going to be moving from Sunday nights to Saturday night because I'd rather talk about it before the week actually happens. So the Weekly Peeklies are open to a free open event where we talk about the astrology for the week, and those are going to move to Saturday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. And we were talking about ascension symptoms because a lot of folks who popped in have been experiencing them. I will, Joy. Yes, absolutely. Have a lovely day. And one of the common things that I was hearing from folks is this sense of nausea, is this feeling of nausea. And I know very well this feeling, right? And sometimes it occurs because of anxiety or things like that. But sometimes we find ourselves just waking up with this uneasy feeling in our gut. And it can be that, but sometimes we find ourselves just waking up with this uneasy feeling in our gut. And it can be, probably already have your answer. But for those of you who do not know immediately, yeah, okay, I ate something bad, or yeah, I got the flu, I had these other symptoms. And even if you do, I invite you to use energetic practices first. I invite you to grab a mudra, do some breath work, move your body, right? Whether it be dance or yoga or whatnot. Our various bodies, the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, the physical, the mental, the emotional, the energetic, the spiritual, the bliss body, all of these layers, all of these koshas, right? All of these layers can be represented by the stack of stones. It's called a Karen. C-A-R-Y-N. Karen is a stack of stones. You can imagine the top stone as the body. That top stone, if you wiggle any of the other stones, hey Jen, thank you. If you've got your stack of stones all perfectly aligned, and you start to try to move any of these lower stones, what happens to that top stone? It wiggles, right? The first stone to move, to fall, when we mess with a Karen, is the body. Why? Because it's our check engine light. Anything else out of balance, hey Eric, anything else in our layers of being that's out of balance, and our body reacts. Our body tells us when something is misaligned in the spirit, in the emotions, in the mind. So beginning first, when you notice something out of alignment, when you feel imbalance, choosing energy work first can oftentimes mitigate the symptoms. C-A-I, all right, C-A-I-R-N. I was like, C-A-Y-R-N, C-A-I-R-N. Buenos días. Buenos días, amiga. Are you all right? My gosh. Down dog. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Okay, lay down. Lay down. Lay down. So, for those of you who are just joining, we are working with our Avahana Mudra. Avahana Mudra this week is done by placing the sides of your palms together. By placing the sides of your palms together. Fingers spread wide. And then bring your thumbs to the base of your middle of your ring finger. And then we rest the mudra either in our lap, or you can hold it up here. If the lap is busy, you can rest it on your dog if it's available to you. Or if it's kind of funky to get it down in this position, which is kind of difficult for me with my hands to get it in this position, it's okay to kind of hold it up as well a little more. But you do want the open palms, and you do want the spread fingers, and you want that connection no more than the weight of a nickel with your thumb on the base of your ring finger. Keep those fingers spread. And this is the mudra for connection. The translation of Avahana means invitation. And this mudra is grounding, centering, assists in balancing our digestive system, assists in nutrient assimilation, and strengthens our connection to divinity. But not just divinity, not just like our divine deity, but to the common thread of divinity that runs through all of us. That common channel, that prana that runs through all of us. This increases our connection to it. It's always recommended we do the mudras for a minimum of 5 minutes. And I was saying when I began this session too, I used this last night because my son and I are having difficulty communicating. And I know as the parent that it is my responsibility to find the workaround, right? He doesn't have the skills, he doesn't have the tools, he doesn't have the brain capacity. That's not an insult, that's a fact. Children just don't have the brain capacity to think outside the box all the time, right? Being a child is to feel like you are inside of the box of experience over and over and over again. Only in your like early mid 20s do we get the opportunity to start really stepping outside of the box and perceiving a situation from an outside perspective, from a higher perspective, from a more reflective place. Children aren't capable of it. So we shouldn't be asking them to do it. If anything, as adults, we should be modeling that for them. And so when they approach us with that kind of triggering shit, which like he was last night, I love him very much. Using this mudra was really helpful because it offered me such a grounding. Like I really felt my energy come down from this headspace, right? The triggered headspace. It pulled my energy down, and then I felt that clearing of that central energy channel so that my higher self, my wiser self, my connected to divinity self could speak through me and could listen with that much more space to hear what my blubbering 7-year-old had to say. So I encourage you to use this, especially this week, when you are seeking deeper connection, but even more so when you're struggling to connect at all. Paige, I'm also struggling with this one too. So here are some modifications that I have found. They feel very tight when I do it. I have the same thing, especially my thumb. This hurts my thumb. So what I'm finding is that if I lift my ring finger ever so slightly, it alleviates some of the tension. The other thing too is to turn your hands in ever so slightly. You don't want to close them, just in just a little bit, okay? And then it rests in your palm, in your lap. But again, find the position that works for you. You want the palms out, so you don't want it up like this. This is a totally different mudra. But palms out as best you can. This also alleviates some of the tension. So modify the mudra in ways that work for you. Modify the mudra so that you can get as close as you can to it. Thank you guys for the follows. And trust that you will be receiving the benefits of the mudra by getting as close as you can. And, energy work, mindfulness, meditation, yoga, all of it. Your intention and your attention are the two most important pieces. Intention and attention. So our intention here with this mudra is to invite deeper connection through that common thread that runs through all of us, strengthening that connection to that common thread, to that divine prana that runs through everything in creation, so that I can remain grounded and centered and compassionate. Ooh, your pointer finger too. Try gently adjusting your fingers. As long as your fingers are not touching each other, you don't want them pulled in together. Here's some things that you don't want to do with modification. Don't bring them in to touch each other. You need some separation between them. That's the spelling. Yes, it's one word, but there is an elongated. The va is elongated. Again, I'm working on my Sanskrit, so I apologize if it's not perfect. However, it makes progress by practicing it, right? So the Avahana Mudra. Avahana Mudra. And I've also heard it's called the Avahana Mudra, the Avahana Mudra, or the Avahana Mudra. So just try releasing tension, right? Hold your mudra with intention, relax, away from tension. So I'm finding that when I sit in meditation, I relax my fingers ever so slightly. And that relieves some of the tension from this mudra. And the meditation, again, the replay is on YouTube. And we simply sat with this mudra today just to feel the way that it affects our energy channels. See, I can already you feel that moving through my arms. Yep. Okay. So we are after 11 o'clock, which means I'm going to go here for just a couple more minutes. We'll close out at 11:11. For those of you who are members in the CAYA Sangha, remember that we have our practice sessions, our Sangha sessions. I'm shifting it to 11:30, so we have a little more time to get together. I'm not late every single time, right? If you are not a member at the CAYA Sangha, I think I set it up. If you wanted to join us for the Sangha sessions, you can purchase sessions in single sessions. Our Sangha sessions are deep dive practice sessions into all things mindfulness. We can practice this mudra. We can practice a Kundalini Kriya. We can work on mantras. We can work on yoga asanas. We can do some group coaching or some one-on-one coaching if it's just you and me. We can talk about the chakras and balancing the energy body. We can talk about herbalism, nutrition, parenting, ascension symptoms. Any and every bit that I have in my toolbox is available in the Sangha sessions, practice sessions. So that'll be at 11:30. I will send out an email to all members. Remember, if you got the code here and you want the free month at the CAYA Sangha, remember that you have to actually put the code in and go through that process to get the emails from the CAYA Sangha. If you haven't gone through that process, you won't be getting the reminders and the links for class. Everybody else in there should be getting reminders, email reminders for classes, live classes, free classes. If you would like to join the CAYA Sangha, you can join directly at movewithchange.com. You can also subscribe here on TikTok and you receive a code for a free month at the CAYA Sangha. What is the CAYA Sangha? It is our online mindfulness community. CAYA, C-A-Y-A, stands for Come As You Are, because everyone deserves a safe place to show up authentically. And ultimately, if you're on doing this work of coming home to yourself, that's what you're seeking is your authenticity. And that's ultimately what we want to see from you too, right? Your authenticity is the purest expression of your divinity. It is divinity singing crystal clear through you. And when we're discovering our authenticity, sometimes we can find it difficult to relate it to the people that we have in our lives, especially if we haven't been authentic, if we haven't been honoring our authentic selves for a long time. Within the CAYA Sangha, we have twice weekly group coaching, once weekly practice sessions, again, starting here at 11:30. And then you get complete, unfettered, unadulterated access to every single workshop that I do. I have a workshop out right now. It's called the Conscious Connection Workshop and is a tantric partner breathing practice. It's a downloadable presentation, so it's yours to keep. I do a voiceover on the practice, so you can just listen to it or you can read through the practice as well. There is also a reflection journal that I created just for this practice that's downloadable as well. All of that is included in the cost. If you are a subscriber here on TikTok, you received a discount code for that workshop. If you subscribed after I sent that out, and you want that discount code, please send me a message. Sorry, friend, I'm not doing a shared live today. Catch me in the evening and I'll do shared lives. So that tantric partner breathing practice is for sale. That presentation, the workshop is for sale on movewithchange.com in the shop. My next workshop, Actually, I have my list of workshops that are upcoming that I'm going to put in my schedule. I'm planning a full energy body workshop that includes the energy hygiene practices that I wanted to put into a workshop. It talks all about the entire energy body, and then how to ground, balance, clear, and protect your energy as well, and how to adjust each of the chakras. So that workshop is coming up. I am going to be doing a self Reiki workshop later this year as well, if you want to learn some energy work, energy healing for yourself. I'm also doing a home funerals. I'm a death midwife, so I'm going to be doing a home funeral workshop as well. Thank you for the follow. If you would like to work directly with me, I do private sessions. You can book those at movewithchange.com. I do offer sliding scale in some circumstances, so if that's what you need, please go ahead and reach out to me. What else? When you subscribe here on TikTok, you also get access to our subscriber only Friday night lives, where I do natal chart readings. It's and I'm being chided for it. I know it is the cheapest natal chart readings that you're gonna find on the internet for $7.99 a month as you subscribe here. Plus you get that free freaking code, which is a $77 value over at the CAYA Sangha. You also receive weekly natal chart readings, and it's a closed session, so we can talk privately about personal stuff. What else? What am I missing? We do our weekly peekly on Saturday nights now. I will be putting out a new schedule. I've got lots of workshops coming. If you want to join us for the CAYA Sangha practice sessions happening at 11:30, you can purchase single classes that way. But it's even cheaper actually because that's $11 for a single class. This is $7.99, and if you just subscribe here, you get a free month over at the CAYA Sangha, and you can try it all out. I do that on purpose because I really want you guys to have the opportunity to genuinely experience the space, not from a place of feeling rushed and like, oh, I only have 3 days to try this out. No, I give you an entire month to come in and enjoy twice weekly group coaching, to enjoy the weekly practice sessions, to rummage through my workshops at your own pace, at whatever, because it's not about creating an exclusive community. It's about creating an inclusive community. And if it's a space for you, I want you to have the opportunity to be there. So, hey, Laura, how are you? So all of that said, and if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, if you want to debate with me, fantastic, right? Send me a message. Please do me a favor and go follow over at on YouTube at Move with Change. I am cultivating that channel. All of the replays for these classes will be there. I also go live. I'm trying to work with streaming software right now, so I apologize if it's not perfect. I'm always live on TikTok. I'm usually live on YouTube and now Kick as well. So those are the streaming platforms that I am working with right now. I'm working on getting Twitch set up too, all mostly because everybody seems to lag mindfulness content and meditation content and herbalism and these kinds of things, right? Can't share those with the public. Self-healing, you can't share that with people. Oh yes, and I do the random shenanigan lives where I get on and read books or talk about the workshops I'm doing, or, that kind of stuff. So always keep an eye out for that. So I do think I am going to start. Yeah, I'm going to keep that under my hat actually before I do that. Okay. I love you guys so much. It's now 11:12. I was going to say 11:11. It is time for me to go. I am going to go over to our Sangha sessions, deep dive mindfulness practice sessions for CAYA Sangha members or just for single purchase. You can find those at movewithchange.com. Members, I'm going to be sending out an email with the link to join in for class. And then if I see anybody purchase before class, I will also make sure to email you the link for class as well. Otherwise, I love you guys so much. The CAYA Sangha group is at 1:30 Pacific. Okay, so Paige, thank you so much for, okay. In 45 minutes or so, we go into our, in not 45 minutes, in 15 minutes or so, we go into our Sangha sessions. That is the mindfulness practice class, not a coaching class. Sometimes if it's just me and somebody else, we'll just do some coaching if it's necessary, if we want to do it. But this is really the practice class on Monday. I used to have Monday nights, I used to have coaching by donation as a slot available on the website. That's my CAYA project. But I found that the limited time frame on Mondays made it so folks couldn't get in. So I just now changed that. I was just editing on the computer before I came for Bhakti Bites. I just changed that. So what you can do now is you click coaching by donation, you make a donation on that page, and then you'll be redirected to book an actual time on my calendar so that you can have a session that way. That way I can offer the 15-minute coaching by donation sessions for whatever you want to pay with much more availability. That said, Sangha coaching, the group coaching sessions are Monday night, 4:30 to 5:30, and Saturday morning from I'm about to change it. I'm putting the new schedule out today. I think it's going to be noon to 1 or 11:30 to 12:30. I'm about to change it. I'm putting the new schedule out today. I think it's going to be noon to 1 or 11:30 to 12:30. Classes and events are happening. That said, guys, remember that on Saturday we have a full moon, so we have a Moon Magic and Mayhem event that's happening. I will put out an announcement for that so you guys know exactly what time that will happen, and then watch out for the weekly Peakly Saturday night as well. But anyway, all of that's going to be in the schedule. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, you want to chat about anything, Color Me page. Group coaching is free. As a member of the CAYA Sangha, you get those twice weekly, Wednesday night and Saturday morning coaching sessions totally free. Coaching by donation is something open to the public or to members as well, if you guys want to get private coaching sessions for a donation. If you need more than 15 minutes, I do have 30-minute coaching sessions, and then I have a coaching subscription where you can get hour-long weekly coaching sessions. Yeah, that's those things. I know a lot of folks are dealing with ascension symptoms, and I want you to know that there are tools to deal with those. I want you to know that there are tips and tricks that I can offer that help you move through those things and help make the ascension process a lot easier, a lot smoother, a lot more graceful. So if that's the kind of thing you're experiencing or curious about, please send me a message as well. Pacific time, yes. Yeah, it's 4:30 Pacific time, Wednesday night. Saturday is, I think, 11:30 or 12. I'm going to put that out in the new schedule. Paige, I will send you a schedule directly, okay? I will send the new schedule to all CAYA Sangha members, and you are enrolled as a CAYA Sangha member. Don't forget, guys, if you want a free month at the CAYA Sangha, subscribe here and you get a code for a free month. Yes, absolutely, Paige. Okay, I love you guys. I'm going to go. I'm going to send out the email for the Sangha sessions, and hopefully I will see you in the Sangha sessions if you'd like to practice some mindfulness. Okay, love you guys.